You know, the Titan 84, I think I can properly say this and probably hit most of the globe when I do. Good morning!
Good morning!
Unless you are east of Central Europe or over in Hawaii or something, welcome to this Saturday morning presentation of A Link to the Past Randomizer League. We've got some pretty crazy people on the screen tonight. Or today, as it were. TM32, and you look like you could use a Hookin lamp, decided 4 a.m. is a great time for race.
It's an absolutely perfect time. For some people.
It's a prime time race.
Yeah. We got JJo and Ahab on our right side of the screen, and we got Leaf and Dreki on our left side.
And we got BDI and Ike here pressing buttons so that those trackers can light up with all the items and keys and whatnot for you guys.
This is the second match of the week for these teams. Team 32 took the first game. And we are off.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how that happened. Leaf's giving us the grayscale palette again. You got a Sylveon and a grayscale palette. That's eye-popping, I would say. Now, we've seen enough of these this week. We know what we're up against. All dungeons, that's key sanity, you have key drop shuffle, you have starting boots, as you see, bombs and bunk rots, pretty nice. So we got to do everything, and that means we need to get a lot of keys. We also see that it's Green Pendant Pod. Any Leos awake at this hour? Probably not.
Nice bush crab with bombs today. Mayo GT and
a
just like a ice palace.
and the little sink pods there. You know, the Buyer Smalls don't mean as much. You only necessarily need 2 or 3 Buyer Smalls to full clear the dungeon. What is that sitting on the Lumberjack? Was that a key? That looked like a key.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, we got Ahab going up to the castle. Castle, again, is early sphere. You can get the map chest guard key, and if you get a lamp specifically, you can get Dark Cross. So this is if you're not familiar with the league, this is a co-op mode. So our runners are in a voice call on the league Discord server. They are able to talk to each other verbally to communicate where their items are. They cannot share screens. Ooh, nice glove in Eastern.
That's really, really good. Having that early.
No outside influence. I would imagine they're probably in emote-only chat also. Stuff like that.
Yeah, Hookin and Lamp deciding to snipe the village from both sides here. One going from south, one going from north. Unfortunately, they have a little bit of trouble finding bombs.
Here's the other glove in the well. We're gonna have mitts already. We have our first CT key in Blindside Out. We've probably already seen JJo pick that. Maybe he went to the well first.
Ahab spent 30 seconds and not getting any bombs. And that's a hook
There's
shot
a bomb. So, a hook shot. That's good stuff right there. See if Leaf pulls anything else out of Eastern Palace here. That means, yeah, JJo went to the well first. That's so silly. That's some free money. Both runners entered CAC from the north with 100 rupees and some bombs. Unfortunately, Ahab had to farm for bombs, even though we have bombs on Hoarder. Probably could have gone to MMC with that knowledge. It's probably,
and then you get bombs in library. Oh.
That's just the game giving you a slap in the face right there.
Yeah. Team 32's knowledge of the myths at this point could influence the routing. Because once you get that Moon Pearl, you got a lot open to you in the Dark World.
I'm sorry, that's a bow in the Dark Room of Eastern. That is a beautiful sight for sore eyes, or for blind eyes in this case.
It's our technically first weapon.
Oh, now wait a sec. That bow is in Logic in Sphere 2.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks, I hate it. Because there's your lamp and chicken house. So that bow is intended to be picked up already, and now suddenly you have a weapon for, parts of Hyrule Castle if you so desire. You're just gonna take advantage of the hoarders to get just enough bombs to do everything on the east side here.
Yeah, and we did find a bottle, and Sickett had a key to Desert Palace.
The Desert Palace big key, an interesting one because you might go, oh, well, we don't need much to kill Lanmo. Well, Lanmo is locked by all 4 Desert Smalls. You can get the big chest, provided we have a way in. Right now we don't. Hyrule Castle small key. Oh, no, that one's got some interesting going on with it, too, because there are also 4 of those.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you agree that it's the most important thing to find the castle tower keys in this mode?
I mean, the castle tower keys, and it ends up being your classic all dungeons key sanity MacGuffin that you need to go get. Because you need all 4 of them. Now, unlike the typical where you don't play key drop, you have a castle tower key gets you both checks, and 2 castle tower keys lets you climb. Well, now you have a check in the Archer key guard before you go up to the red guard rooms. And then you have Circle of Pots as a key drop on a red guard. And it just gets more complicated from there. Now, 3 keys gets you everything in CT, but then you're possibly having to go back because you have to clear it.
Yeah.
We saw the Swamp Big Key in the back of Escape from Drakey. What big key is this? That is... Oh,
Now you really want to find that second one.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Because again, Zelda Cell is locked by all 4 small keys, so is the Key Rat. But now if we get enough keys to actually go down there, and we've seen some teams go ahead and just take care of save summing the Key Rat at earliest convenience in this mode. Be a thing to do. Now, JJ ran up the mountain. I love going up the mountain early. It's one of my favorite things to do. And we'll see what's in Paradox Cave here. Good 7 checks. Flippers.
Now, I think... Okay, Thieves Town Small. Thieves Town Small on Mushroom. With the knowledge of myths, TM32 might delay the mountain a little bit, because if you have the moon pearl going up there as well, you have Hookshot Cave, you have a lot more checks up there.
Here's my problem with that thought process, Titan. What if the moon pearl is just on the mountain? Well, it's not in here, that's for sure. Like, there's not a lot of places where progress can be right now. I mean, I'm actually looking at Hyrule Castle as a place that, with 3 checks available in Logic, is likely to have our progress right now.
Yeah.
You already see Leaf to Eastern. We have Flippers checks now, too, and you see Drakey's gone and done a Houlihan to have the money to pay Big Fish. And Ahab's going to get that Thieves Town Small off the Mushroom. But JJ hasn't shown us anything of dire import on the mountain. Not even Floating Island showing us any fun.
Yeah, so Team Player 2 have done the Eastern checks and gotten that glove and bow, whereas Hookin Lamp have gone up the mountain already, but finding nothing up there.
Yeah, the check parity will work itself out because order of operations eventually does favor one route over another. But at the grand scheme of things is you do end up having to do everything. This mountain trip was not very lucrative for JJ.
No, it was nothing.
Also, note we saw Leaf go to Mini Moldworm Cave and then they broke west. So Ice Rod Cave is unknown to us too. Let's see if Ahab decides to go in that direction. Of course, we know that Flippers are in Agina's Cave and both players are going this way, so that's interesting. Leaf's going to pick up the goody big key off of the Lazy Kid. We do need that one.
Yeah, JJ is going to give us the Ice Rod Cave here. I think Ahab might be going westward from here.
I could see that. And JJ is going to know there's not too terribly much that we need in that MMC. A little bit of sync on the bottom screens there. That's kind of cool. And here comes that mitt for Leaf. Yeah, we could just have Moon Pearl and King's Tomb. That's a classic, right?
Oh, that's a classic.
Because it's not in Ice Rod Cave.
The least likeliest place that the moon pearl could be is the pyramid ledge.
Oh, don't even say that. We did a practice.
I say least likeliest
It's
because we gotta
still-
need 4 keys.
You know, you could still find 4 keys to CT and a cape and a sword. You just need something horrible to happen for that to be possible.
At this point, with our current checks, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
Small.
Cave to Lost Man. Good luck. Lost Old Man. We saw a key in the waterfall to Tower of Hera. Now,
Yep.
there are 2 dungeons that don't have any change to their key counts whatsoever.
Oh no!
JJ, can you just get back into the... Yeah. Can you get right back
Okay.
out of- Yeah. that's
Yeah,
fine.
I was really afraid here. I got soft locked there.
Now, and the sadness is... Here come the flippers for Ahab.
Yeah, this is a really bad timing.
I mean, was there anything on the Zora ledge? Because I didn't see.
A small key.
Okay, so that could be an Eastern Palace key or something. Which
Or-
wouldn't do anything without the big key. Could be a Hyrule Castle key, but even 2 doesn't
Hyrule
do
Castle.
anything. Leaf's going to do what J-Jo did. Drakey is water walking. I'm probably going to see Drakey do what Ahab just did. Or not what Ahab, what J-Jo just did. This could be as simple as like a mirror somewhere too. Like the mirror gets you Tower of Hera. We have a lamp for the small key of Tower of Hera. Could be Moon Pearl and Hera basement.
Oh, you know, big chest.
Don't you need the don't, no? We've already had. We've already listen. It was my race that happened, and you know.
Sorry.
It was our game on Wednesday. We had a vanilla Hera big key. But the item in the big chest was the other bow. I was the only player to finish that race with silvers for good reason.
Yeah, our runners are following each other's footsteps right now, and it looks like it is Hyrule Castle that is gonna be the answer. And Drake is going there. Okay.
Now, it could still be King's Tomb, but the only player that has the mitts and can actually check King's Tomb right now is Leaf.
And the only team with the knowledge of where those hits are.
Right, because neither J-Jo or Ahab have made a play to Eastern yet, and it might be one of them goes to Eastern, the other one goes to HC, and both find a piece of progress. I do think we have Dark World access through Hyrule Castle, is my guess, with the myths. It's going to be a Moon Pearl just available to us. Right, so J-Jo and Ahab trading places. Ahab's going to pick up this key. This key could be important. It could be a Castle Tower key for all we know. We have a weapon to get through to room 03 and a couple other things. One thing I've noticed through practice and watching this week is the game doesn't like to necessarily hand you a weapon early on.
No, I mean, we got a bow.
I meant like a repeatable weapon that doesn't cost ammunition. So like no sword, no hammer. Did you see what that key was?
Desert.
Desert small. So that's an interesting one. Jade's going to do backup escape here, get the swamp big key. Drakey is going to go ahead and just do a murder on this blue guard and get a small key to pod. Okay. And the blue guard has a small key to pod. And we're going to spend your one key. Interesting decision.
So the only logical check left is Dark Cross?
Dark Cross and King's Tomb.
Dark Cross and King's Tomb, yeah. I think it's smarter.
J-Jo is going to Death Warp and check the key rat.
Yeah.
Leaf wants this key that we know we need.
Mm-hmm.
They may still come back around to do King's Tomb. They may have forgotten that King's Tomb exists. Leaf is, in fact, out of coffee, according to the topic in their race voice call. It's an interesting decision to spend this key to get these 2 checks, but you can't advance from here. Yeah, Leaf's going to go back over to do King's Tomb. A map to Misery Mire. And we're going to save and quit.
And that's a small key to swamp in So it has to be in Kingston.
Yeah, this is Moon Pearl and King's Tomb. I called that one. That's sad. I'm so sad.
Yeah, and that puts TM32 in a slightly because they have actual access to that. Hookin Lamp still needs to go to Eastern to find their myths.
Now,
And
we're getting exactly what I said was going to happen. JJo's going to Eastern, Ahab's going to Hyrule Castle. Let's see what Ahab does, since JJ did do the Keyrat save scum. And Leaf is also preparing to do the same thing. You see them damaging down with bombs here. It's exactly what JJ did. And we'll have the knowledge that you don't necessarily need all the keys to clear out Hyrule Castle. Drakey now knows they need to go over to Eastern. That Swamp Small is a big deal. 3 pod keys in Hyrule Castle is something.
considering it's the only actual weapon we have right now, Drake is probably going to go get that bow as well, right?
I would imagine if you're going to Eastern to pick up your mitts, you're not leaving without the bow, because pod could be something. As we see, Drakey has tracked 4 pod keys. Ike here pointing out that 3 of those were in Hyrule Castle. Leaf is going to get something out to the front of Escape. I don't know what it is. Probably the Swamp Small.
And there's the knowledge for Jejo that, yeah, you got mitts. You have 1 check with those mitts in the light world.
Actually, this might be Leaf just picking up pod keys right now, because
yeah,
pod is looking quite lucrative and not really somewhere we want to be.
Pod is also a really, really long walk to get to.
A long walk or a short swim. It's really not.
You still have to cross the entire Dark World.
Yeah, you're still crossing the Rubicon and declaring war on the seed.
Walking all the way from what is essentially the leftmost side of the middle of the world to the rightmost side in the middle of the world.
Leaf, please do not commit a death to the Blue Guard. Please do not. Yeah, at least picking up hotkeys. That's probably all they're going to do before going straight to Dark World. We are bombing ourselves.
They were setting up a death
bombing ourselves. Oh, they want the Swamp Small. That makes sense, actually. Otherwise, that's in a bad spot to have to go back to get. Oh, this room went out of control for Drakey. What happened?
I think it went too low, so the upper one spawned.
Ah, weird.
Our stun price is bombs, which is nice.
A lot of bombs. 8 bombs. Little more sync on the bottom screens for you guys. Right, Jejo has that bow, has the mitts, knows that the answer is King's Tomb because there's physically nothing else left to do. I think we're actually going to see Hook and Lamp go to Dark World first here. Because Jejo's in prime position to just do that.
Yeah, but Leaf is...
Leaf's going to go ahead and do... Oh, I get this. Leaf's doing Dark Death Mountain. And actually, you know what? With that save and quit, I think Jejo's going to do the same thing.
Yep.
Amazing.
So, after all of that, we are pretty much synced up in terms of items.
Oh, yeah. It all worked itself out. Drakey's going to get the Moon Pearl. Ahab's going to get the Moon Pearl. They're probably both going Vu.
So, Drakey never got their flippers.
Jejo's going to be careful here. Yeah, to be fair, that was a lot of Eastern Sing, and that's because those mitts were a last location for Hook and Lamp. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was a squeeze through. A successful 1 mine. That's cute. Your 3rd bottle, and there's your hammer. Okay. Okay, dude.
Fine game, fine. We have a weapon.
Not only that, but both J-Jo and Leaf are going to feel like they galaxy brained that hammer.
Yeah.
All right, Drakey giving us the Skull Woods entry, and Ahab giving us Village of Outcasts. So finally, the bottom screen diverges a little bit. Desert Small. Our 5th pod small. Now that's alarming. That's enough to full clear pod with the big key not known yet. I don't know if you jump on that or not.
Considering that pod usually is pod and how it gets one vanilla key.
You saying that it's going to have a vanilla big key or something?
Probably.
See, I don't like doing mirrorless pod in this situation, though. I mean, at least we don't have any HP, so we're not too worried about taking a Death Warp. Now we have runners in 4 different places. Actually, J-Jo is going to follow Leaf.
Yeah. With that hammer and bow and 5 small keys, most things in pod are in logic at this point.
Almost everything in pod is in logic. You still need one more key, but functionally we ignore that last key because we know how to hammer him here in the Invitational League. Even a lot of Open League players can show us newbies or veterans all alike up on the hammer yump these days.
One thing that worries me is the moment we get fire. Because we have 4 small keys to ice.
Yeah, 4 of the 6. That's a lot of
feathers,
keys.
And mitts. The moment we get a fire source, most of ice is in logic.
So Swamp and Thebes are 5/6 crystals. So Swamp Palace. We're going to see all 6 Swamp Smalls outside of GT. Thieves Town, we're going to see all 3 Thieves Town Smalls outside of GT.
We did get a
Ice
King of
Rod in
Samaria.
Skull Woods. Was it red or blue? Drakey took the drop in. Nice shovel. We got a rod.
We got a rod in Thieves Town.
Please be careful. So Drakey pulls a rod out of Skull Woods, and Leaf pulls Bombos out of Hookshot Cave. But we don't have a sword to use that Bombos with yet. This is a convenient setup for a Death Warp with the 1 heart going on here. Now, the thing with the front of Skull Woods is the logic for the front of Skull Woods is 0 keys. But if you drop in, you end up in a situation where you can't get back out in most cases. So if that was in fact the fire rod, it opens up the item in the back of Skull Woods at the bridge. But if it was the ice rod, then it's just nice to know where it is. J.J. going to pick up the smith here as Ahab goes to get his hammer.
Track is confirming that was the fire rod for Drakey.
Well, we have 2 forms of fire now. Just no sword to use one of them with.
Yeah, but this is the fire that I was worried about for Ice Malice.
We have a shirt sitting in Thieves Town, and apparently they don't steal just money anymore, they just steal clothing too. What a red cane. And Ahab's got that, and he's probably get the hammer. Can't open TR. We don't have the... I didn't see the medallion for TR. It's tracked on Ahab's side as being Bombos.
Yeah, J-Jo did go check that, so yeah, they know it's Bombos.
No, Leaf, no amount of magic powder is going to make the floor more colorful. Oh my god, they do exist.
That's an important thought.
It's a very good thing to have. It's a very good piece of knowledge and equipment, and it gives us more to do. And that is the big key of this dungeon. Oh, heck off, game.
I called it.
So Leaf's gonna do the any percent RMG Helma unless we get HP in the back of his pod here. But that's 3 hearts.
Yeah, that's not fun for any runner.
That's minimum percent Helma. I don't wish that on anybody. And I play inverted where you have to do 3 heart cold stare. Nope, thank you. You get the magic bat. With the powder that we found elsewhere. We have a big key in the Ruby Room. It's Meyer. That's one we need to have for later. Another big key, and that one's Skull Woods, and gives us another check to make. Unit's Tower is an interesting one. We want to keep track of where all those keys are too, because to clear the Unit's Tower, there's 8 total keys. Ideally, you want to have 6 if you're looking to full clear. I mean, obviously, you can share some information with your partner and hopefully not end up needing to full clear. But the more you have when you go in, the better. Ooh, CT key in the pod, big chest. Interesting. We have our first look at the pyramid. Oh, 4 hearts. Okay, you can get hit once. Still.
That's CT2.
Yeah, it's our second. The high roll castle key there? Really? With the key rat safe scum, that's enough to get to Zelda's cell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts. Okay.
Okay, Ahab is going to pod. With 4 keys, you're gonna have to abandon 1 check in here. Now, your partner is gonna come by later on and do that check anyway.
I mean, maybe not. Your partner will do it, but you're not coming back.
I mean, if it is like a flute.
Well, it's not. We've seen Leaf check everything.
Yeah, fair.
The
fair.
GT small is the one that's important. So Bombos was in Skull Woods, apparently.
Okay. Yeah.
So Bombos in Skull Woods. Drake's gonna check that shovel. Shovel gonna have a big 20. So now we can open TR, and we do have a couple keys to TR.
Fair.
Get another good look at whatever this rod is. I did think it was blue. We'll have a confirmation here. It is the fire rod. Okay.
Yeah. So both sources of fire is in. Yes, it is in skull.
Yeah, that's a feeling, I would say.
Well, at least the Leaf got a 4th heart in pod.
Hey, it's a placebo heart, right? Because even having the 4th heart doesn't actually do anything for you, since Helmet has 2 hearts of damage and Leaf hasn't picked up the armor that was in Thieves Town yet. Here's that small key to Turtle Rock that we saw in here. We saw a small key to Desert in here as well. So Desert's actually a clearable dungeon if we can get in, which right now we can't. Can't do everything yet. Landmo and the right side are both 4 key locked. You'll obviously take the prize before you do right side. There are a bunch of checks you can make in the key drop pots on your way to Landmo too, and those are progressively key locked based on however many keys you have.
Leaf getting a absolutely wonderful fight here.
Oh my god, making that look easy, Leaf. And Ahab's gonna find a sword. And be like, hey J-Jo, you probably want to come over here.
And it's a green pendant as well.
Yeah, we got that hint from Saha. So green pendant.
Yeah.
That'll be something we can check the next time we come over to Eastern, because we don't have a mirror. We're not doing that now. Leaf's gonna run this out. Where are we going? Pyramid Catfish?
Ahab got the big key, went down a little bit, and then thought, hang on. The entire route just changed.
Drakey's gone into Paradox. I forget what was up here that they were so interested in picking up. Might have been it was either a Thief Small or a Swamp Small.
Swamp Small, I think.
Oh, it was the money. They need money to get to pod. It makes sense. Did you see that was a 300? They're at 360 now.
Mm.
Yeah, leaves doing Pyramid to Catfish. I don't know if I like running this out to Pyramid there. But, you know, one of you has to do it, right? I'd like to see Drakey turn around, save, quit, and check Hera. That would be silly. Because that hammer puts Hera immediately in the next sphere. For 3 checks.
And it's not logical, but it is a dungeon we can clear.
Yes, we can get the prize out of Hera.
Yeah, we can finish it.
We'll be leaving the big chest, which is a risky proposition, but Drakey's going to get their friend and the hammer. And probably the couple keys that were in Hookshot Cave as well.
Yeah.
Catfisher Bro? No.
Small key?
Oh, that's the last Desert Small? Or is that one we already saw you hand pick up?
No, that's our last Desert Small.
Okay.
I don't think the teams only have knowledge of 3 each.
Understandable. We have a shield in. Okay, that's an interesting lunch.
Was it the last game also a shield on purple chest?
I actually don't remember. I think so. We call it blessings. The blessings are great, Corvid. Get that bat check for Leaf too. Drakey, running eastward, is probably going to go into pod. If I had to hazard a guess.
Most likely, yeah.
Well, what do we have now? We can go into and mostly clear ice, so we don't have the big key. But we can do ice with Kane and 4 keys very easily. Very, very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we have Tower of Hera. We have that fire rod, so that does open a check in Skull Woods. We don't have enough keys to get to Mothula right now. We need at least 2.
Yeah.
And we've seen both teams do Smith Chain, so...
JJ only has 1 small key here.
J-Jo is picking up the pod smalls here, because Ahab said, hey, by the way, there's goodies.
Yeah.
And J-Jo's got all the pod smalls that they need to finish the dungeon.
Wait.
Drakey's got the same 5.
Yeah, but wasn't there another small key on the guard as well there?
Yes, but you don't need the big key chest. It was $20.
Ah.
So he's picked up 4 because he can get everything around the big key chest and never need to come back to the dungeon. And that Skullwood's big key, Bupkus.
Wasn't 100% sure it was a pod key on the guard.
Oh, this is spicy. Leaf is spending 1 of their Skullwood's keys to get that fire rod. Again, there are, I think, 5 keys to Skullwoods because of how many doors there are. The shovel that is not useful for anything. I forget what was in pinball. Nothing worth picking up. Shovel's good for resource management, though.
Yeah, Bloomerang. But that is a pendant for Ahab, and the first dungeon cleared for Hookin Lamp. Hooking Lamp, sorry.
Hook and lamp. I mean, a hook and lamp, or a hook and lamp. You gotta hear this team name as spoken by the team's 3rd player, TJ Maelstrom, because you know he's gonna put some zest on that.
Mm-hmm.
TJ did not play this week. He is glad to be steering clear of the key drop nonsense. think Leaf just attempted to mirror out and did not have a mirror. I see why we're going and spending this key, and I mean, that works also.
This is Ahab going for the cellar cell.
I think Leaf's going to go ahead and get the bridge chest now, too. Yeah, Ahab's going for Zelda Cell with the extra key, because he's already gone all the way down to the boomerang chest. So we're going to see the rest of Hyrule Castle, and whether or not finding everything is going to be as important as it seems it might be. Leaf may take... And we can't take a shot at Moth, we don't have any keys. Ripperoni. That is our second Thieves Small, which does nothing. Leaf, are you really going to run this out? Leaf.
Don't let this run out.
I would be willing to say that Death Warping was considerably faster. Alright, moment of truth for what lie below in Hyrule Castle. The guard has a 20 drop. The chest has a key to Thieves Town. It could be interesting for later on, because that's the third one.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Still
your big chest key.
Yeah, still don't have that big key to enter the back.
Leafy, please. Well, obviously the fairy had coffee. Leaf had to catch it. Alright, so J-Joe's going to follow up and get the GT key out of the back of Pod, and the Castle Tower key out of the big chest. And Ahab is going to go get the Fire Rod. We're basically both players trading places at any given time. They got Leaf in Village of Outcasts. They're going to pick up their keys that are hanging around, and that Kingdom Samaria. I'd be interested in seeing whether or not anyone decides to dive into Turtle Rock, let alone, you know, get everything to Chain Chomp.
Yeah,
we can
right
go
now
all the way to the Pokey, can't we?
Yeah, we can. Right now it's Ice Palace or TR that are looking most likely. Ice is faster and can be finished.
That's why
Not a fun,
TR.
not a fun fight.
Case.
Yeah,
And
not
we're
a fun.
gonna have a shiny Sylveon. It's fine. You have half magic fire rod. You could use bombos to melt them down, or just half magic fire rod, and then you've got a hammer and backup if you run out of magic. Plus, we have a red potion. Like, we're blue mail. We're fine. This is more than enough equipment.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking forward to more, a mirror or a flute. There's also that Hera play that no one's made yet. That's another one. Hera, Spike Cave. Spike Cave's not in Logic yet because we don't have Invuln. There's J-Joe's Death Warp with the knowledge of what was a Dark Maze, which was a Hyrule Castle key they may want to hold on to for later. That Thieves Town Big Chest could be your Last Castle Tower key. It could be your Ganon's Tower Big Key. It could be your Master Sword. You never know. It could be your pendant big key that you need for whatever other pendants are, because we only know Pod to this point. In fact, I think we're going to see Leaf check the green pendant presently. No, they're going to Ice Palace.
Yeah, this is nice.
Cool. Tricky with also a clinical Helma fight here. Don't walk into him, you silly goose. I'm trying to praise you.
I love that Leaf released.
I thought Leaf released 2, actually. He has picked up that Thief Small out of the back of Skull Woods and will now regroup and decide where they would like to go next. This could be a timing play for TM32. If Leaf finds anything of any immediate interest in Ice Palace. Like an Eastern Small. That's a weird one, actually. We need it, but we don't need it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try another curse here. How about vanilla Eastern Picky?
Ew, no. That requires us to find both Eastern Smalls. What's wrong with you?
Hey, I got one right this
Titan?
scene, okay?
Listen, now you can say that in our chats when we're playing, but you don't have to curse me with that live in commentary. Come on now. Leaf deciding not to ice break is an interesting call, and I kind of get why they would do this.
Yeah, because this key drop here is really slow to get back to if you do Icebreaker.
And it's nothing
Unfortunately.
anyway.
Yeah,
but you also have normally in that situation, especially not having a mirror here, I would just clear the dungeon from the big key side going down and then come back in for the conveyor key. Because we've seen how especially having to flip the switch anyway, we've seen how having Icebreaker available makes Ice Palace so much faster, even on a full clear.
Yeah, I think this decision is based on the 4 small keys. That you're not gonna have to spend a key in vain.
Well, I didn't even notice that. So, being told in chat by Garrison, on 4 small keys with the big key, we don't have the big key in this situation. You can actually backtrack from the cross room without flipping the switch to get to the conveyor key, and then just going back through.
True.
Because then you're using Kane to open up the door to Cold Stair. Anyway, so far nothing in this Ice Palace. Drakey is doing tile room before climbing the tower.
He is scarred from last season.
I don't think that's how that works. All right, let's see what's in here. Show me a mirror and I'll just cry and go to bed or something.
I mean, the big key again.
Don't give me vanilla big key. It's the other vanilla key. So Leaf is going to just stay blue, which is fine. You stop that.
But yeah, Leaf and Ahab both in Ice Palace, full clearing this.
Actually, they're basically a room away from each other at any given time. I think Ahab's got a little bit better movement, though. Ahab just drops in. Leaf gets the bomb jump and will go straight to Ice Tea, which is actually going to be a time save for them. Because they can just go down into many pots and around and then use the cane to open up the door. We have our green pendant check. It's just bombs. What's the deal here? What do we got? Where? Is many pots going to have a progression? Is that what this is? Or is it TR?
Oh.
JJo's up on the mountain now.
That's a Hyrule Castle key in the many dots.
It doesn't do anything for us except get you one step closer to that Thieves Town key. And Leaf's going to know that because Leaf follows logic like a fiend in terms of key logic.
Yeah, unfortunately, Drake takes the drop to Toldor.
I mean, it's in the name, right?
Yeah, but the second time.
I mean, the second time is just like once more with passion. Honestly, you don't want to drop to Trolldorm ever, and then it happens. I believe there was a crystal we saw on Eastern from the map that JJ has in his inventory. So that means we'll see both Eastern Smalls and the big key outside of G2.
Nice. It's our
Beautiful Cold Stair. And then we have Moldorm exploding as well. Cold Stair gives us a small key to Swamp. And a pendant. So the Ice Palace big key can be in a lot of bad places.
Yeah. We're gonna need that mirror soon-ish.
You feeling Swamp Palace, my friend?
Yeah. When we can actually enter it.
So at this point, TM32 knows that whatever they're looking for is likely to be in Ganon's tower. Ganon's Town, Turtle Tower. Let's go. For years, I don't know what it is. I keep misspeaking Turtle Rock. It's been chronic to a bad way.
Yeah. Leaf?
That's interesting.
What?
Also, that Swamp Small is on Cold Stare. Huh. This is TM32's first green pendant check, so Leaf is going to go ahead and say quit and probably join Drakey on the mountain.
Yeah.
That Swamp Small. So you see Swamp is one of our 5-6 crystals. That implies that Ice Palace Big Key is also not in Ganon's Tower. Because we need all 6 Swamp Smalls to finish the dungeon, logically.
Ahab did not get the berry key, so
he goes back in for the conveyor. Yeah, I mean, we expected that. Leaf is going for a swim? Where are we going? Is this to get the key off his Orled? Here's a big key to Ice Palace. Oh, no. No. Oh, that's bad feelings right there. Hopefully there's something else in here. Please be something else in here. Oh, game, don't do this. Gonna get instant punished. Leaf's probably like one hand face palm. They're picking up the Hera Small? Why?
I mean, there is a desert small on the ledge. I'm not sure if Drakey got that small key.
Drakey only has 2 of them, and the other one was on Catfish. So no, this is probably knowledge of all 4 for TM32 then. JJ's gonna catch a Molder by the toe. He's gonna holler, but we won't let him go anyway. Yeah, that Fred Flintstone dropped a bowling ball on your foot. Shh. That's
well, we got one of the medallions.
So that's interesting, because that means we can get into Mire, provided we can get to Mire. And this is the last check we can make here. It is the flute. Oh my god!
And that's the Mire area.
And it's the Mire area. It's also probably the intended progression.
Yes.
Is to go into Mire with the 4 keys and the big key that we have. Because it's not logical to do the left side checks, cutscene, and compass chest require you to have all 6. But big key and 2 is all you need to do everything in the dungeon at all, including the fishbone room.
Yeah, this looks very much like Leaf is beelining for Bad Flute now.
And Drakey setting up to do Spike Cave while Leaf makes their way to Turtle Rock.
I hope we have some potions then.
Drakey's got at least 1 red. That might be all they had, though, and that's problematic.
Yeah,
they have 2 reds. We saw Leaf just pick up a couple reds of Waterfall, so Drakey got the red with the 1 on the bottle preventer and probably got a refill. And that's more HP anyway. So...
yeah, so...
yeah.
Here's the thing you don't want to happen in these types of seeds for Hook and Lamp. You are both in the same dungeon, rooms apart. Because this means you are lost locating something.
I mean... kind of, but they also split leading up to this point. Like, they know logically that one of them having already gone to Hera, the other one already having cleared ice all the way, that something's up here. So,
yeah.
Even though JoJo hasn't done ice yet, they know that Hook and Lamp doesn't have a direct need to go into Ice Palace right now. And also, they'll have the added benefit of the Ice Palace big key when JoJo does go in. Which is something that Drakey now has. Not Drakey, Leaf now has. Wait, Leaf already did... no, it was Drakey that did Ice Palace, wasn't it? I don't remember.
Yeah, Leaf can skip the bar room because he doesn't want the Mire Small.
There's a Quake Medallion to make darn sure you can get into Mire when, well, Drakey's made a choice. I'm curious. There's that flute for Leaf.
Drakey wants to finish Ice Palace and get whatever's in the big chest.
Okay, so this is I don't know why Leaf did a Death Warp there. Yeah, Leaf did Ice, Drakey did Terra. Drakey's now setting up to go into Ice. Gonna buy some upgrades because, you know, you gotta finish on 1535 if you're playing cross keys. So why not do it here? And Leaf's gonna go get that flute active and go directly to jail. I mean, go directly to Misery Mire, their favorite dungeon.
Yes, the misery part is very appropriate for that dungeon.
Don't look now. J-Jo is hot on the Sylveon's heels. Ahab's also hot on the Sylveon's heels. And of course, we're kind of in check parity right now, because you've got J-Jo and Drakey have the same dungeons done. Leaf and Ahab have the same dungeons done. Leaf does have Ice Palace, yeah.
Yeah, triple flute activation at the same time. That's rare.
It's interesting, Drakey in Ice Palace to get that Eastern Small and a couple other small little things here. I get it. I wonder if it would have been faster in another time or way. Oh, J-Jo's going to buy a potion. Ahab and Leaf are just jumping right in. And we got ourselves the Quake entry, which... Leaf, you just picked up Quake, it was in TR. Well, the TR led to Mire access, literally back-to-back checks. The Poke Key in the hallway and the chain jumps had Quake and Flute, respectively. Mire Shed has bombs and arrows, respectively.
Yeah,
left to right.
J-Jo is also heading into ice with that big key, whereas Ahab is going to the Mire area.
And chat pointing out Drakey wants to defensively check this big chest, and J-Jo is going to do the same thing. Also, both players know that they don't necessarily need everything in ice, so they're playing it as a go mode type dungeon, and then getting the prize and wiping their paws on the mat. It's a 6-pod small. Thanks, game.
Hey, Logic.
How we doing, game? You all right? Oh, don't fall in. Jeez, Leaf. Yeah, you can be careless with all the pod keys that all 4 players have already done pods, so who cares? That's like getting the second ice small while you're at the top of GT with all 10 prizes. Like, thanks, game. Alright, what's in this bucket?
Another red thing in the Mire big chest.
You know, I think it's gonna be... The mirror is gonna be here outside of the 6 key locks.
Yeah, most likely.
I think it has to be. If it's not the mirror, it's the Thieves Town big key.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a GT small. We have now, I believe, 5 for Leaf. It's definitely a place for that. That's another reason for both of these players to just go through ice right now. That Swamp Small on Cold Stair could be important. Because if we do find Mirror as our progression, Swamp's probably the first place we're thinking of. Pet pull time. You know, when you finish Mire, yeah, Pedestal is not... You know, Pedestal is in Logic. Holy cannoli. What?
Yeah. It's a rare one. We might act... For... This is the type of race where, yes, Pet could logically be required, but it's very, very seldom actually.
Now, do you see what Leaf just pulled out of the cutscene chest after pulling one out of the compass chest? There's 2 GT smalls over here.
Uh-oh.
Ganon's tower is 6 Mire locked. I played enough SMZ3 that I thought that said silver arrows. It was 10 arrows. I thought that said AG arrows, Argentum arrows.
Yeah, I'm not the one cursing this time. It's chat, but chat is saying mirror on pet.
Oh, chat is asking if it's mirror on pet. We haven't seen the meat and potatoes of Mire just yet. Leaf's about to get their red thing out of the big chest, which is, you know...
I mean, it's red. It's a boomerang.
It's a red 7. You know, it's my favorite number. It's not my favorite number. My favorite number is 3. But also made my least favorite color.
Meanwhile, Drake is going for Zelda Cell, which makes sense for them.
Get knowledge of that last key.
Ooh,
Oh, Leaf with one
Don't die.
heart. Leaf has powder and knows how to powder a bubble. It does mean we can't do spooky if we do that, though. Please don't die back here, friend. Please. I love you. Don't throw it all away. Heart. Placebo heart. Wizrobes can still kill. Don't flip the switch. What are you flipping the switch? Oh, I know why they're flipping the switch. That makes sense, actually.
Dang.
See, now, once again, you can't go and hook over to the bridge chest unless you powder something. Yeah, that prevents you from needing to do spooky in the first room.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is not going to happen. We're just not going to do spooky because we need to survive, rather.
I'll be able to get this chest.
Titan, this is a spicy, vitreous fight. We have 7 hearts blue now for Leaf. Jayzo's got an 8th heart here. Ahab's already on 8 hearts, probably has the same heart that Jayzo picked up. Fighter sword and bow and bombs only. No invulnerability. We have some red potions, but we have no offensive output for this fight.
Yeah, this is what co-op means, that you're not gonna find too much offensive things quickly, and you're gonna have to do these things like really, really low item-wise offensive.
Yeah, lots of situations where defensive play can actually save your bacon. Oh, Drakey's finally going to pick up the flippers.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point.
I'm surprised they did that from where they are instead of just fluting to 6. But they haven't activated their flute yet, actually. Does Drakey get a bow? Yes, Drakey got the bow that was in the Eastern Palace dark room with the Stalfos key.
Yeah.
All 4 players have the same bow.
I think Drakey's really waiting for Leaf to say there's nothing in here.
If there's nothing in here, it's on pedestal. You realize that, right?
Yeah, it has to be. There's literally nothing left.
Oh, Leaf, please. God, these eyeballs hurt. That's Oko range again. Leaf's trying to save arrows. At this point, you're just gonna have to, like, do the hammer effects on the... Oh my goodness. I'm scared. Was that enough? Yes. We'll have to do hammer eyeball.
Ahab is doing... Yeah, Ahab is doing bombs.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah,
that was the noise that I made. Yeah, Hookin still doing bomb strats. They are also like right on the last location cusp again, and you're seeing how like the 2 different routing philosophies have kind of worked for and against both teams here tonight.
Yep.
TM32 is last locating whatever. It's my arrow. Oh my god!
It's on ped.
Whatever it is, it's on ped.
Yeah, don't die on this fight.
Why did you say that? As Ahab takes a death to Vitreous. Sorry. No, man. And I was about to say, this is actually working out in the favor of Hook and Lamp. If they're both last locating at the same time, that actually means they've gained a step on TM32, but then that death actually erases all of that thought. And Leaf knows precisely what they need to do now, and let's get some hype for the pedestal in chat, folks. So 5 a.m. Eastern ped hype.
Yeah, I mean, we said going into that fight, that is a very, very dangerous fight.
So, there's 3 things I could see on ped right now. The mirror is the most likely one. The book is one I could expect. Or the Thieves' Town big key could be a thing. Let's see what it is.
Come on, be the book.
Don't you say that. I already had a book on ped. It's a big key. It's the Thieves' Town big. It's the Eastern big key. That was like my number 4. So the progression is either in the Eastern Big Chest or on the Igor key.
Yep.
That's actually super required. That also means Eastern's... I mean, obviously we have all 3 pendants.
Yeah.
Ganon's Tower is dead except for... what is Leaf doing?
Yeah,
Leaf needs resources, yeah.
He needs resources.
They, please.
Yeah. Sorry.
Come on, you know better.
I'm really, really shit at remembering pronouns, sorry.
You're also bad at remembering that we're on a PG stream.
Apologies.
Consummate professionals, Zeruvian, the F-bomb dropper, and the Titan 80... the Titan 84 over here. Hey, at least my let's heckin' go was out of enthusiasm for a main tournament run that should not have happened. Have we done fake powder? No, because we had real powder. Bat doesn't have anything important. No, this is absolutely, whatever it is, it has 8 legs. And is hiding in the Eastern Palace big chest. Required Fighter's Sword Vitreous. Hey, it's not as bad as the League Swordless async we had a couple years ago, where it was hard required bow on Vitreous, because there's only 1 bow and silvers placed in the entire mode. And the best you could do at that point was like 13 green, maybe Master Sword, and 1 bottle. Yeah, and that hard placed a bow on Vidi. Like, ugh.
I'm so worried for your help now.
Oh, no, I said swordless, so there's no swords. It's a hard required hammer Vidi, basically. Gross.
So nothing on the Eastern big.
So it's this one,
chest.
and obviously both players are going to go ahead, and it's the mirror. It's a mirror on pedestal with extra steps, and they're gonna go ahead and take care of Armos Knights because you have to.
Yeah, Ahab is doing the very safety dance.
Yeah, there's the problem with Ahab's death is it actually let Drakey back in. And Drakey has a dungeon lead on Ahab right now with that Heraclear. Titan, have you looked at the timers lately?
Yes, we're about an hour in, so please go follow these runners. They are doing an absolutely fantastic job here. And do go follow also, please say thank you to Upload Trackers, IKEA and EDX. Sorry, EDI.
BDI is also on a team participating in League, and they put up a pretty good showing earlier this week. Keep an eye on Risky and Terrible Gambits, because they were an open league team that decided to come up and play with the big boys, and they're gonna turn some heads if you give them the time and opportunity to do so. Drakey gonna go get that Eastern big. Ahab gonna go get that Eastern big from the wrong direction of the forest. You know who else you should follow? Not me.
Yeah, it's
don't,
you.
Don't follow me. All I do is complain about things. If you want to see a bunch of other stuff, though, don't follow Iku. Also, I appreciate BDI's handle because it is very enterprising. If you catch my cold.
Yeah.
Jade's gonna go get that desert small that's on the ledge. Leaf is getting that 5th swamp small. We can full clear swamp now. We're gonna full clear desert. This is getting fun. What are we down to? What do we have left? We're looking for Thieves Town Big Key, Turtle Rock Big Key, and a bunch of Turtle Rock Smalls. Another Skullwood. We have a pair of Skullwood Smalls that Leaf needs because they went and opened the front door.
We also still needed 2 Castle Tower Smalls.
No, don't. I wasn't getting to that or anything. Nothing in the big chest. The big key to desert was relatively early, but all these small keys strewn about is kind of important. I would imagine there's got to be something in the right side room. I would suppose. Oh yeah, we need the ice rod. Can't forget about that 5th Castle Tower small, don't you know?
Yeah, I am getting more and more worried here right now because every single runner here has to orphan that big key chest in Eastern.
Don't even think about it. It's not important.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I am more worried about one thing for one, J-Jo has no Thieves Town small strategy. That's worrying. Was that a cape?
Yep.
Okay, suddenly Castle Tower has some stuff to look at. Okay, that's good for Drakey and great for Leaf, is that Skullwood small there.
Very good.
So I'm worried about the Thieves Town situation, because does TM32 know about the Zelda Cell Thieves Small? That big chest can still have something we need, and J-Jo and Ahab have that information and have the keys.
Drakey went there.
Drakey went there? Okay, so Drakey has a Thieves Town Small that he can pick up somewhere else. Got it. I was worried about that being a potential out for Hook and Lamp. It still is, depending on whether or not they get to the Thieves Big before... Yeah. Big red arrow. I would imagine that we're at check parity, because it seemed like everyone was last locating at that point.
I mean, you lost locate pet every single scene.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes you don't even think about pet.
I mean, in this, we didn't even have the knowledge of Meyer until very late.
See, the good news is, for the way Leaf's route panned out, having spent the small key on the left side door in Skull Woods, is we've already pulled Pedestal. We have no other means to get all of the small keys to our crystal dungeons except outside GT, so we are guaranteed to find all 5 Skull Smalls.
Ooh.
Which means Leaf's going to have no problem getting to Mothula by the end of the scene. Now, there wasn't anything really exciting in Desert there. I think we saw like a small key to Swamp Palace on the ledge, is all I can really remember.
Yeah, Drake is getting there as... wait.
Oh, Drakey's going to Graveyard Ledge. Okay, I like this. I think Ahab's about to do the same thing. No, Ahab might be going to Castle Tower. No, Ahab hasn't gone into Desert yet. So Ahab's also going to Graveyard Ledge. That's a 3rd Skull Small.
Yeah, I was thinking, Ahab, Hookin Lamp has not done Catfish.
There's the book. I swear Hook and Lamp's done Catfish. J-Jo has all 4 Desert Smalls. Hook and Lamp's done Catfish.
Okay. Yeah, so Ahab is going to get that small key because they want to full clear Desert.
Yeah, because the right side had...
Okay.
The cape gets you into CT right now. And with 2 CT Smalls, you can get a few things in Castle Tower. I would think Swamp is calling. I agree. I think Swamp being a full clearable dungeon with the 5 Smalls that Leaf has would make me go into Swamp right now. Like, I don't know what Leaf's doing, but it ain't what I'd be doing.
Checking the ledge and...
Going into Skull to finish it? Question mark. No. K45 to Bombos Reed? What is... Oh, okay.
There are being some calls being made here in chat, in their voice chat.
The book was in Graveyard Ledge. Leaf's going to go pick that up to make sure that they don't orphan it, in case the book ends up having a big key or a sword or something. Drakey's going to go read Ether, I think, and probably go... What else can you do up here? You did Spike Cave already. Ahab picks up this key to Skullwoods also. I'm actually going to believe that Hook and Lamp just goes... There's a small key up here. Okay. That could be something. It could be... Honestly, I don't know what it could be. There's not a lot of things it could be. I'm going to say it's probably GT or CT. It's TR. Actually, we do need TR Smalls like we need a hole in the head. And seeing as the eyes, the nostrils, and the ears all count, that's 6. There's a Castle Tower key behind a sword.
Oh god, there is.
It's like having a sword on Lumberjack. It's great, isn't it? Wonderful. Love it. It's my favorite game. I love this game. You like this game? I like this game. This game's stupid sometimes. I'm telling you. Yeah, immediately having that book is huge, and actually that's an advantage that TM32 has that Hook and Lamp does not.
Yeah.
And
Because they have not gone there.
Drakey, where are you going? There's a key on the floating island, isn't there? Oh god. Yeah, book's hard required. Book being in Graveyard Ledge that's a tough one to go get when you already have Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a trendy last location, more often than not. Sorry, so not in Logic is this Skullwoods clear. We do have the Gibdo that has a key in the room before the... Oh, Drakey,
Yeah,
please.
I thought that was a red.
Yeah, it was a red movie. I mean, I don't... That's a communication breakdown, I think.
Yeah.
It can happen. Especially when you have a bunch of visible stuff all over the place. So Drakey going into TR now with the extra key, we can go all the way to the Pokey and get Mimic Cave. That is interesting. Now, what did Moth drop? I think it was a map. Did I see a map, chat?
I missed that.
I've only got one good eye. Wearing glasses
Yeah,
and one good eye.
I don't like the skipping of Swamp right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Both teams have to be like, oh, Swamp Palace, whatever. No, Swamp Palace is just kind of there. It's a red. It's a 5/6.
Mm-hmm.
Go do.
Oh, look, Logical Ice Palace.
Oh boy, my favorite. Here's the Pokey drops. A big key. It's the big key to this dungeon. I beg your pardon, game. So, I'm just going to point this out loud and clear so that chat can hear me. Both players on TM32 are theys, not he's, please. Race Time does have public pronouns on profiles. I am the only he on the team. So let's try to make the world a better place, one person at a time. Also, yeah, Turtle Rock Big Key in Turtle Rock before the Turtle Rock Big Key chest is a feeling and gets us an additional 2 checks after this Mimic Cave. The big chest and Crystal Roller Room. And the big chest... Now that's an alarm bell right there, because that is all of the Hyrule Castle keys.
Yeah.
And Leaf's going to go ahead and check the K45. They're going to have a gander there. J-Joe's going back in here. We have a Swamp Palace sighting, everybody. The other Eastern Small! No, dude! Oh, it's so bad!
That's really bad. That's really, really bad.
Oh, I hate that so much. Okay, Leaf is running with Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon MSU as compiled by Drakey, actually. And is one of my favorites.
And now we actually have a runner in Swamp.
And that is the...
Funny game.
That's the big key to Hera. Now, where are our swords at? Because we know we need a sword now. I'm sorry?
But a little small key in Swamp,
no,
okay.
What Donna said? That's the GT Big Key. The book is twice required. And we need a sword. Oh, that's so bad. There's a TR Small. That gets you to Laser Bridge. Actually, that's only the 3rd TR Small for Ahab. I don't know where the TR Small that J-Jo has, Ahab doesn't, is. I don't know, man. Spec Rock. Okay, yeah. You know, Willard would have you believe that, wouldn't he? That there's always a sword in Swamp. Ahab only has all of the Swamp keys.
Yeah,
I mean, only all of the Swamp keys.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just goof around with these keys and go to the left side.
Stupid vanilla key drop. Small key.
Oh my god, it's a big key, and the only other dungeon we needed a big key to is Thieves' Town. There it is in the left trench.
So yeah, the very biggest thing here is that book on Graveyard Ledge.
We are a pair of TR smalls from GT mode.
And that's an ice rod in the swamp big chest.
JJ went into CT. Now, I was wondering if anybody would take that cape and go into Castle Tower, and here it is. So, oh my god, no! Bad game. No biscuit. Bad before 8 p.m.
Yeah, this mode has a thing for vanilla dungeon keys.
I need you to go into the game's PC tower and remove one of its memory sticks. It's in Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out next week. It's not allowed. Freaking seriously? Yeah. Goodness gracious. Small key to this dungeon in Castle Tower. You love to see it. That allows JJ to get all 4 checks in here. Naturally, people do this. If he gets the other small key to this dungeon, he'll be climbing. I don't know if we've seen what's on Lumberjack. Actually, we have. It was a red key. A red rupee.
Yeah, but
I think.
the last Castle Tower key is on the tablet.
Oh, you're right. So JJ's making this play, and the only thing they can possibly get out of it that would help them is a sword or a Turtle Rock small. Yeah, Hook and Lamp needs that book like crazy.
Yeah,
now,
obviously they don't know that.
Here's the problem with the book. The book is only blocking endgame progression. You can actually get to Ganon's tower. Everyone's getting silvers, apparently. Silvers are free. Look under your seats. You all get a bow. Swag.
And yeah, the moment Leaf found that small key in Spawn, they just called over Drakey and said, hey, get over here.
Yeah, now anyone who's in Swamp has the Thieves' Town big key. Drakey will have it in about 2 minutes. Does Hook and Lamp know the book location? No. In fact, the book is crazy isolated for them right now because it's in Graveyard Ledge. We had a Moon Pearl in King's Tomb, and we started with Boots, so Graveyard Ledge is really not on their radar. And again, because the 2 checks the book locks are a Castle Tower key and the Ganon's Tower big key specifically, that's actually like really bad. Because you could end up last locating Graveyard Ledge outside of the rest of the entire game right now.
Hey, look, sword.
Thank you, Willard. Thank you, Willard J. Bradley, for always having a sword in Swamp. And that does make this a much nicer Argus fight, to be completely fair with you.
Yeah. My gut feeling right now, that last check in Eastern is a sword.
I don't think that would matter then, because we're already in GT mode.
Yeah.
Well, we're not in GT mode yet, but we're probably going to get... I would be willing to bet we have 2 Turtle Rock Smalls in Thieves' Town right now.
Most likely.
Actually, I'd be worried about that being a Turtle Rock Small in the big key chest.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, TM32, neither player has all 3 Thieves Smalls as far as the tracker's aware. I know we had at least one player go down to Zelda Cell and get the Thieves Small. There's Leaf getting their sword. JJo's going to join us all in Swamp Palace here in just a moment. Yeah, there's another elephant in the room here. We have that Hera big key we found, and no one's checked that yet. Oh yeah, that's the other flip side here, is there being a Castle Tower small in Castle Tower. Unless someone pulls the trigger on going to CT between Leaf and Drakey, they could end up last locating that CT small, like, at all. Especially the situation that they're in, where they have everything necessary except TR smalls to get into GT. Now, I can see a situation where they go to Thieves Town minus a small key, and then go. There we go. Like this race is starting to do the whole teeter-totter thing here, where each team has a thing that could cost them a lot of time if they do it one way or the other.
Now, I think the most important thing here for Hookin Lamp, after Thieves Town, one of them has to go check the Graveyard Ledge. If they don't, that is so far away from anything that they have left.
So here's the thing that Leaf's doing right now. Leaf is going to go ahead and go west and pick up that Ganon's Tower big key. And I'm worried now with Thieves Town being on the radar. When we're gonna mirror from the light world to the light world. Cool. Can't burn. Speaking of Thieves Town, Ahab's in Thieves Town right now. We're going up the mountain. Leaf's gonna pick up that CT key. Now, Leaf, if Leaf knows me, and they do, if you haven't heard, Leaf was interviewed by Furasian on the 216 podcast a week or so ago. Check that episode out. Leaf and I have been playing since Season 3 together. They know I'm jumping into CT with knowledge of this third key. So I wonder if they may do the same thing. There's that fourth TR small for Leaf. That's enough to get to Laser Bridge.
So, Leaf might do Hera here as well.
Did you see? I didn't notice that the first time when all three other runners got it, but that's the Ice Rod and the Swamp Big Chest. Come on now. How did I miss that?
You don't see everything. But yeah, this is Leaf going in here with the big key.
Yeah, this will be... It's a defensive play for Leaf. They're going to get the knowledge of whether or not the Hera Big Chest is worth its weight in salt. Meanwhile, Ahab's going to show us whether or not this big chest is worth its weight.
No.
Good.
That's also no. Small.
Both teams dodging a bullet. Yeah, if Leaf does Castle Tower, or if any one of the two of them goes into Castle Tower with that third small at any point here, it's going to be really hard for Hook and Lamp to get back in this race unless they get that book sooner than later. Because that book's in a real bad spot. That CT small is also in a real bad spot, but in terms of clear ability, I would say TM32 has a slight edge, also because of that book, but that book also ends up being their kryptonite if they end up climbing in full 30 GT looking for a CT small. Whereas JJo and Ahab are going to get funneled into the book.
Yeah.
Well, that is...
Leaf?
Downright, please.
Pick it up. Leaf. Pick it up.
Okay. They got distracted by something, clearly. Wasn't me, obviously. I'm here, not there.
Okay.
Everyone in a fanfare there except Drakey. Oh, probably conferring with something. Nice bug net.
Ahab is going to clear Skull Woods.
Could also remark that it is in fact 3:30 in the morning going on in Mountain Time for Leaf. And Leaf and I did not nap before this race. I've been awake since like... Now, I don't get to sleep in like they do, but I've still been awake since 11. Alright, actually, this is great. Oh, this is wonderful. Leaf's chasing that CT key, and we'll get all... Leaf's gonna finish Castle Tower right now. Was there a key on Lumberjack trackers? Can you help me out here? Because I don't remember what I saw, but I thought it might have been a key. If that's a TR key on Lumberjack, this is game over. Yeah, because that CT key right there is huge. Huge.
Yeah. That's
And
massive.
then Leaf will now have a CT climb advantage on both J-Jo and Ahab, and Drakey's going to have that knowledge and the same thing.
Mhm.
And Drakey also knows you don't need to go to the big chest, probably. So Leaf's never going to Zelda Cell. We have Big and 6. GT's full clear roll. Ahab taking care of Mothula. I think it would have to be on J-Jo right now to go to Graveyard Ledge with not much else left to do, right?
Yeah.
What else can they do is besides check the Hera Big Chest?
And
The clock is ticking on TM32 to figure out what their last couple things to do here are. Turtle Rock is the big thing, I think, that is on everyone's mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
Spike was playing goaltender like crazy. Ever wanted to win a a World Hockey Championship? There you go. I do like Sweden for World Hockey, by the way. Just saying. A little brownie point action for you. It gets silvers. Leaf's going to go ahead and finish Castle Tower. This is that little tip of the scales that happens once again when one team finds all the pieces to do one thing.
Yeah, and this is up to J-Jo if they don't go to Graveyard Edge after these down here. That is a very, very hard lost location.
Yeah, I don't think Hook and Lamp has a choice. What else do they have? We're going to Pyramid Fairy again. This could be a TR small, and that would be bad too because you know you're going to go get your vanilla big key, and suddenly there's more than likely a TR small on Laser Bridge right now.
The worst thing that Hookin Lamp could find is a TR key, because that pulls them away from Graveyard Edge.
It's also probably the only Pyramid Fairy we're going to see from either team right now. Unless there's something like damning required in it, you know? And I do think Ahab also mirrors here and gets that CT small. Even though you don't need to. And we have in there, again it's Tower Small, and a map to Desert Palace.
That is a dead Agawan for Leaf.
Leaf has not done Thieves Town yet. That's probably what they're going to do right now. Okay, so I do stand as someone who's got a good pair of eyes somewhere. This is probably a small key on the Lumberjack Ledge. And if it's TR, that is GG.
This is J-Jo actually going for Graveyard Edge. This is
the last location for Lamp.
Oh yeah.
And that means it's going to cost them time to get both items though too.
Oh yeah. This is probably the worst item that they feel like they can get here.
Small key on Lumberjack goes to Turtle Rock, and at 127.17, that is go mode for TM32. They have the knowledge of where everything is to clear the seed, and believe me, that's Drakey getting CT4, and then they will climb and grab that key. Leaf is going to go clear out Thieves Town, and then we'll see a Trinex, then we'll see a Naga 2, and that is all she wrote.
Yeah.
And that means Ahab and J-Jo got a little bit of time to pick up. But
the good thing
they
is...
also both have to read both tablets, and that they both have to climb CT. There really isn't a way back in this one, I think.
It's very, very rough.
And all players get silvers. Like you're all gonna have silvers.
Yeah,
because they're just in circle of pots. You don't not get silvers. So it just really comes down to like endgame execution right now. It's knowledge of the GT big key for J-Jo. Ahab is currently fighting Moldworm instead of, because he doesn't have the book. So now, oh no, God, this is where just the time adds up because now both players have to stop what they're doing to go get the book and then go to both tablets. Yuck. Seed is mean.
Seed has had a little bit too many this item for this dungeon.
Seed's put a little bit too much syrup of ipecac in its recipe. My goodness. It's making me sick. There's knowledge of the 4th CT small for Now they don't have knowledge of the last TR small that they need. They don't know where the TR big key is. So it means J-Joe is going to go ahead and climb CT right now. Ahab's got to go get his book.
Mm-hmm.
And Leaf's just go moding to blind.
I'm not 100% sure Hookin Lamp scouted the ledge.
Oh, the pyramid. You know.
No.
The lumberjack.
Yeah, lumberjack ledge.
And you know. But again, goes back into they could. Mathematically, there has to be a TR small in TR, right? Because outside of TR, we have no other checks left.
Yeah, we do.
What else do we have?
Easter.
Oh, it's an Easter big key chest. No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't exist. It's not there. I don't believe in it. I did not ask. You gave me information I never asked for. You've seen enough streams of me and Leaf. You know how this is like. They're turning over and giving me the stare right now if I say something like that. You hear it. You hear it in the voice. It's pure unbridled joy of the Titan 84 right there.
I'm happy we get to see 4 very, very good runners doing their best.
I'm happy and I know it, and I have no hands to clap. Alright, there's prize 9 for Leaf. And they're just gonna mirror and flute to the mountain now, because what else do you do? Doesn't that bonk? No. If you're playing inverted, that bonks. I actually forgot for a moment Influkies is actually a mode in this year's this year's league. It's Saturday morning. Let's talk about next week. We have Boss Hunt coming up for week 2, with a couple little tweaks. If you want to talk about that for just a moment, while runners are retracing each other's steps. Watch Leaf because Leaf's going to have the most new content for us. How do you feel about Boss Hunt, Titan?
It's a very different mode, definitely. But I feel like it is paired right still. It's duality, as in 4 players. I'm not 100% sure about this.
So, Boss Hunt it's similar to if you watch the main tournament, we had Cross Hunt, which was cross keys 10 of 12 Triforce Hunt, where two pieces are placed in GT and all the 10 prize bosses have a Triforce piece. And it was 10 pieces fast Ganon. It's the same thing for Boss Hunt, but it's open as opposed to cross keys. So it's, no key sanity, Link's house or Sank spawn, and open GT. So all you need to get into GT is a pair of mitts and mountain access, basically. And on paper, it sounds silly, but it's you just need 10 pieces to beat Ganon. And we did add one more caveat that they decided to put out there. Right before the league started, the administrators decided to bring in a feature from XD Hunt, where the dungeon prize gets shuffled into the main item pool as well. So your pendants and crystals are actually collectibles that you can find in any chest or visible check.
I personally like that change, because it means that killing the boss is more than just picking up your prize.
Yeah, instead of the prize to the dungeons on the boss and they drop a Triforce piece. It's the prize is a Triforce piece and they can still have an item. It puts an item back in each dungeon, effectively speaking. There's Lee picking up their big key to Turtle Rock, and with 5 they do not need to touch the big key chest. J-Jo and Ahab both now know about that 5th TR small, and they are on their way to follow TM32's footprints here.
Yeah,
I bring this up. Bring this up because we did do a practice the other night. Leaf and I played a boss hunt just because, and you know the old adage, a moon pearl on pyramid ledge is like a classic. You have green pendant on pyramid ledge or moon pearl on Saha is an instant classic. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing stuff like that next week. Got a couple more days of 80 KDB action though. Bunch of races happening later today. Starting at noon Eastern time, you'll have Dead Rocky like a Burnacane going against Boing Boing Boingers. It's Sawyer and Sliver versus So and Bitlevin. That's going to be here on SpeedGaming. They've got a double header. Used Bow versus Tile Roomies will come up at 2 p.m. after that one. We got a 2:15 game that doesn't have a channel. We have a 3 o'clock game. We have a 5 o'clock game. And then there's still a couple more on Sunday. And that's just the Invitational League, too. We're playing Invitational up here. You got the Open Leagues also got a whole bunch to keep an eye out for. Lots of action going up and down the circuit here. Also, I'm going to point out we had a the limit 1100 supporting SpeedGaming with a Prime sub. We thank you.
Thank you.
It's not just that either. That there is the small key to this dungeon that I promised you guys was on Laser Bridge. Because it had to be. TM32 God Route. TM32 in most of the early Pokemon games was double team. We were considered to be a strong co-op team more than anything. In
what is Leaf looking for?
Leaf is wanting to find a sword to save time.
Probably, yeah.
And knowledge that there's nothing on Laser Bridge means Drakey can just leave and go straight to Backdoor Master Sword Trinex is a decision that I would not typically make myself. Drakey's also a lot better at this game executionally than I am.
Yeah, they don't mind that ice on the floor.
They also don't mind going into Ice Palace with 3 hearts and a fighter sword. So that Ice Palace that Trakey did earlier was a lot simpler than you think it was for them. There's Ahab's going to drop it and get that TR small.
Yeah, J-Jo isn't too far behind, just a little bit behind. The problem is that Ahab has just now picked up their TR small.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to have to ask them all this. Wouldn't you have thought with only one other check out there that mathematically that small key had to be TR and there was a higher likelihood of a TR small in TR than the one in the Eastern Big Chest that you're now saying is likely a sword? Or, you know, it could be 10 arrows.
It could be anything.
There's a whole lot of things it can't be, actually. That is the 10th prize and 7th crystal for Leaf. We'll be seeing a Ganon's Tower play where you do literally maybe a couple checks shallow for a sword and then call it good. I think Master Sword and the Silvers, I'm already going to Ganon. I don't care. But that's not every player in both leagues, so... J-Jo sharing the grab your big key and go to boss information that they have needed to hear. The most important thing is that Bob will be A-okay. I mean, you have you got Schrodinger's Bob, right? Drakey's looking for a sword.
Yeah.
Drakey's looking for a sword without touching the pot key chest. Check? That's weird.
He did. It was a...
They did? Okay. That's a key to Meyer. We knew that was going to happen. Nothing here. Okay, Leaf's going to check Hope Room for a sword. Drakey's probably just going up. No? Oh, no, this is such a bad decision. Why are we both in the stair, well, at the same time? Why are we checking the same chests at the same time? My goodness, my goodness.
I'm
Just
not
go.
100% sure.
Go.
I'm not 100% sure if they are completely in sync on stream.
They were.
Not...
For a moment, they really were.
Okay.
It is called double team for a reason. It's like having a team of 6 and using beat up. Such a buggy move. I gotta teach both of these guys how to do mimics with silvers. Mimics 2, rather. Oh, you know they will too. I've already asked another team that if they were racing against each other, and they were. It was like a 10-second or 16-second difference between teammates, and I was like, absolutely, 100% you were. Leaf wants safety, so they're going to do Josh Fairies, which is fair, honestly. Because Drakey has an extra mail that Leaf doesn't have. Now, I would never call a lead insurmountable. Anything can happen, from as simple as someone takes a fall or death to Ganon and has no magic, or, you know, you could have literally, we've seen it before in racing, where you could literally have a hardware failure, or a power outage, or something stupid that literally determines the race by sheer act of, shall I say, I won't say like act of God, but I don't want to say act of God. Warranty coverage usually says act of God is not covered. Act of Arceus, sure, call it that. It's TM32 after all. You have to catch God, Ash. You have to put God in a ball. Thanks for really putting that in perspective for us, Brock. Question is, of the 5 checks up here, how many of them do you think you'll look for a sword in? I'm going to say 2, because you'll find a sword in the first chest you open.
If you don't find any sword up until then, I think you check all.
Well, I mean, like, you're not going to start checking after you get tempered, right? Tempered silvers is plenty.
Yeah, that's plenty, but you do want that tempered. Makes the first 2 phases much faster in this one.
J-Jo is about to enter Gauntlet, Ahab is about to fight Trinax, but you've got both players of TM32 at the top of the tower. 3 checks, nothing. 2 swords in GT in the basement? Gross. It's looking like it could be that, actually. No, shush! Ike, the Eastern Ballast Big Key Chest doesn't exist. So Drakey just slashed Moldorm, which means they're going to have to slash him again to make sure he doesn't go into Enrage phase here. Very good awareness to know that. Also, get out of dodge as a result of that. There you go. And not even 13 hearts. Goodness gracious. We're doing Master Sword Silvers, my least favorite Ganon. This Moldorm is out for blood. Leaf?
Yeah, definitely.
Leafy, please.
This might be the fact that it is almost 6 a.m.
I don't mind Swordless Ganon only because Swordless Ganon, the hammer does temper damage. Now, Swordless Silverless Ganon, on the other hand, can go die in an arcade fire. Which is twice as sad because something died and also the arcade burned down. Come on now.
There's Aga 2 down for Drakey.
There's the front door opening for Ahab as J-Jo enters Torches 1. And Leaf is going to hop into Aghanim's fight. This seed had a follow the leader kind of vibe to it. we finally got some drama with that CT key, and it literally got thwarted by the fact that the other CT key leaves them to check it anyway. Oh. We are out of sync. That's fine, though. There we go. Again, with cheese lesson, if you're lactose intolerant, please disregard. Of course, Master Sword means we're going to probably see some interesting strategies employed by some of our runners. Depending on where Ganon happens to land phase 2, you might see some Arya strats, for instance. No dash pokes, no one-on-ones, but yeah, you could see nice corner.
Nice
Ganon. And again, 80 KDB, you saw it on Aga 1, you'll see it here. Ganon will have no warps in phase 3. It was a concession made to the players in the tournament to not artificially bloat the fights more than they really need to be. J-Jo through Mulworm 2 is going to head up to Aga 2. Ahab not too far behind because you've just entered Gauntlet.
Leaf, be careful.
Leaf's got that burnout for a reason. I'll probably swap to Cape here in just a second. Drakey has entered phase 4. There's our first silver. You don't need a torch glitch, but it helps if you do sometimes in silverless. You get 2 here. Leaf has a fairy. Yeah, Leaf caught a fairy at the top of GT just for situations like this. Drakey's going to be our first one done. Provided they don't trip on this bridge here. It is quite the...
Don't make me come a second time.
There it is.
Don't make me come a second time.
See some GG's in chat for Drakey, finishing first overall out of our 4 runners here. Gonna throw down a race time of 1:45.35. And there's 2 silvers for Leaf. Please do. Oh, we did a silverless slash. Cool. Or a silver spin, rather. No, Leaf. No. See, it's never over till it's over, and that is a bad time to be putting down a Ganon fall there.
Yeah.
Leaf's gonna go ahead and get themselves a potion. Oh my goodness. And like J-Jo is also in trouble, but had a potion. Drink it. Drink it. But you're at the ferry, though.
Never over until it's over. You're on phase 3 into phase 4.
Leaf is still ahead of Ahab, and that's all that they need to do is be ahead of Ahab. And J-Jo's going to wrap this up in just a second here.
Get good genius in chat for J-Jo.
J-Jo crossing the line with a 1:47.36. We got a 2-minute buffer for TM32. So all Leaf has to do is finish ahead of Ahab, and they're good. I mean, they got like a minute buffer here. Yeah, these players have been playing the game for years. Even J-Jo had to pause after eating a couple fire baths and take a blue potion. Master Sword silvers or silverless, just not the free fight that you think that it could be compared to Tempered Sword, unless you know some Mario strats or stuff like that. Okay, this is where you might err on the side of caution and drink that blue potion you picked up. Maybe? I respect it, being a little scared there of getting hit.
Mm.
Thank you for realizing you gotta drink that potion. Ahab is working with the cape to get through phase 2 here, but it's gonna be a little bit too late, I think. It's another silverless spin. Oh my god, Leaf.
Leaf, please.
There goes Ganon for Leaf. Okay.
Okay, that's a sword race.
And Ahab's gonna be right behind them too, probably.
Yeah.
They're getting their last spin in here for phase 3, and then they got phase 4. But because Drakey had that 2-minute lead on J-Jo with the finish of Leaf there, that mathematically eliminates Hook and Lamp from this game and gives the win to TM32.
You get your GGs in chat. And that's an exploding Ganon for Ahab.
Oh yeah, that Ahab's right behind Leaf here.
Mm-hmm. We are going to get some of our runners here into post-game interview. GG's Leaf and Drakey, and GGJO.
Hi, GG's.
GG's,
GG's what the heck?
That Ahab's on his way in. Let's hold on.
Yeah.
GG Ahab.
Ahab. Okay,
Yo,
what
GG.
the heck did y'all just
GG.
play?
We played the
on
Link
our
to the
pedestal.
Past.
Huh.
I don't know what the hell we played.
That was one of the nastiest bottlenecks I've seen in ADKDB since rolling double required castle tower climb for Dark World access.
We did see a situation where one team knew of a vanilla castle tower key and the other team knew of the book.
Hmm.
And that could have put everything on its head for both teams. But luckily, the book leads to endgame progression because of where a TR small is.
Yeah.
To
You
answer the
guys-
question you guys asked in the chat, we
Yeah.
picked up the lumberjack key because I
Okay.
had just pulled the vanilla small key looking for a TR key.
Now, so you all picked the lumberjack key. I wanted to ask if anybody could have mathematically figured out that based on everything else you'd already checked, is that Eastern Palace big key chest on your mind for a TR small? Or do you just...
That is a last location,
Oh, yeah.
100% of the time.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
Titan thinks there's a sword there.
Yeah,
So does
I do
Ike
think
here.
that's as well.
Where's the
Reasons
second
why.
key? Because there ain't no logic.
Drakey has both keys.
Oh,
It's-
shit.
Was it Mimic Cave or TR Big Chest, Streaky?
I don't remember. I don't even remember my seed.
I mean, we made a mistake with the routing, and we were trying to send Streaky in to get the Thieves Town Big Chest, make sure if I need to go to Harold Castle, and forgot that there was one at Skullwood.
Oh, it was big chest of Turtle Rock. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, at that point, you guys didn't have any reason to go get the big chest Turtle Rock because Turtle Rock Big Key was your go mode.
Hey, apparently.
There was this if you watch this one back, this heat had that follow the leader kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Or, like-
it was kind of gross.
Both, like, not even just one player to the other on a team, but also, like, one team to the other. There were moments where we had Ahab and Drakey frame for frame in sync in the same dungeon, in the same room, on the same transition. You had J-Jo and Ahab in the same place. You had both teams going to the same place. It's the first real bit of divergence where you had 3 of 4 players in different places didn't happen until long after we had Dark World access.
Yeah. I mean, we had a triple flute activation at the same time.
That's
And the fourth-
awesome.
And the fourth player was Drakey going to ice.
Well, Drakey just found the flute, so. But they'd also pulled the Ice Palace big key, so I told them to do Ice Palace and I'd go to play Meyer.
And
'Cause we
Jajo does the same
Eh.
thing after that active flute too.
And then Drakey pulls the pod 6, and I pull. And I don't find anything in Meyer, and I realize this has to be a pendant at this point. It's progression on pedestal. There were some not pleasant words said in our chat, were there, Drakey?
Yeah.
What language were they in?
In my case, English.
Oh, okay.
My case, French.
Drakey, where are you going?
Drakey wants to know what's
yeah.
in the Eastern Palace big key chest.
You have no proof.
You have no proof. You just fluted
No
to
proof,
5.
as we are watching you do this on the stream.
Oh my goodness. So this is prime time hours for a Saturday race for the European Union. What got us all here? Why are we all awake at 6 a.m. Eastern?
Just have
I
to
mean-
play when my kids are sleeping.
This is normal for me.
What do you mean it's normal for you?
This race started at 10 in the morning for Drakey.
Oh yeah.
The question is, why am I up? And this is normal, Jajo. Jajo's sleep schedule is a bit
Random.
random. That's a good word.
Yeah.
You told me one time that your circadian is like a 26-hour schedule. One time.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
So
I do want to ask because I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I think I might have cursed it, but I said how about a pod big in pod.
Ugh,
pod
Yeah,
big
mad
and
at
pod,
you.
TR,
so mad
big
at
and
you.
paw, TR, Castle Tower key and Castle Tower.
There was
Mhm.
something else that I got
Swamp
mad at
Small,
them for.
Vanilla Swamp Small.
Drakey, no. Drakey, no. Drakey,
What?
this is banned tech. You can't do this.
No, it's actually not.
It's not, but you can't do this.
I have to.
No, you don't. See, you screwed it up. Good job.
Well, we were distracting them.
So
Yeah.
Drakey's doing a backdoor of the Eastern Palace big key chest, which
But
is
yeah,
actually illegal, but it's asinine if you set it up. And
It's
when
really useful
you're seeing people use do bomb spooky
Spooky.
and Swamp Palace to blast the 5th key, and now you got Drakey
That's not
showing
so
us you don't need both Eastern keys either. Well, you do actually in this case, but it's faster to do it this way if you get it.
Yeah, it made sense to go to pod with 5 small keys already.
I'm pretty
No.
sure I said the game is telling us go to pod. Go to pod.
Mhm.
Didn't I,
Question.
Drakey?
Question for all 4 of you. And you know, chat was putting the sentiment out there, and you need to hear it. The hell were you doing not going straight to swamp with 4 or 5 keys, hook, shot, hammer, and a mirror? What's wrong with you?
I was seeing if Drakey needed the cape to out of right side desert, or if they could skip the key on Zora's Ledge.
I think and I had different swamp keys.
Possible. You have all 6, Ahab.
Yeah. We
I also
had
have 6.
And
we had
Drakey.
3. We had different 3s, I think. Is what
Oh, okay. I believe in I.
And then when he found the 4th one
Oh.
in there, then it finally clicked, hey, we can actually clear this dungeon.
Fair enough.
And
I
then
remember.
he got another one and was able to do the left side. So I think him getting the 4th one is when we finally decided to do it.
Yay!
Oh, they got it. All right. What's in the big key chest? It's not a
What?
TR small.
Is. It is. It is.
Okay. Show us. Oh, Drakey. Never change, ice cream. Never change.
I love you, dear.
There's just some delay.
Give it us
It's
all. It's 10 arrows, right?
It is.
It's a piece of heart.
Oh.
See, Seed loves you. Sorry, Titan.
It's just gonna be the swords are in the basement of GT at this point.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what I said was the case.
Or
Good
lava
luck
chest.
death warping with red mail and 2 hearts there, friend.
But yeah, GG's to Hook and Lamp. I was looking forward to this matchup because Ahab is a fantastic guy. Jejo is fantastic. I've had a great time hanging out in Jejo's streams late at night before. And, you know, he may not have played this week because he doesn't like the mode, but I think Ruby and I can both say that TJ Maelstrom is a great guy.
I owe Maelstrom another inverted game. I absolutely owe Maelstrom another inverted game. Cool guy. Actually, all of Crystal Company's cool guys.
Jejo, I am curious because I know that I believe the only members of our teams that did. I know I did the 80 key drop tourney. Did you do the 80 key drop tourney?
When was that?
Before the XD hunt tourney.
I don't remember, actually. I don't think I did that one. I don't think I did either of those, actually.
So you mean to tell me that I thought you did, and that means Leaf is the only player that participated in both 80KDB and XD Hunt as tournaments before they basically became league modes? Gross. Out of the 6 of us, gross.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I do a lot of doors, so I had a lot of experience with key drop. So
Yeah,
I was pretty confident about doing, like, following the logic and all that stuff.
Frankie, what are you doing?
I forgot my glitches.
Oh, Drakey just did a super jump. Not a super jump, but they did a DMD from Hera clipping. Silly thing.
Can't remember if I did those tourneys or not.
But regardless, GG's. This was a great series between two very close games. I decided to give everybody a scare.
Yeah, thanks for just eating a fire bat for lunch.
Drakey can tell you I was not happy.
I could tell you weren't happy because you literally found the perfect mirror point to go straight to the potion shop, even though you had a fairy.
I needed magic.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, GG's. This means TM32, you are 2 wins for this week in this entire group. Every single team in this group is absolutely bonkersly good.
Let me fix that for you.
This
This entire
Invitational
league. No,
Yeah, entire league.
okay. All 28 teams in the Inv League, all 24 teams in the Open League. This entire league is stacked top to bottom.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
There are teams that will take wins off teams you don't expect to have wins off teams all over the place.
Mhm.
Drakey, were you trying to GT clip and you forgot how to GT clip? Be honest.
You have no proof.
I believe you doing the vanilla route to GT is all the proof I need.
I have no proof.
Team meeting. Anyway, let's do our little final closeouts here. Make sure you're giving these 4 runners and the 3rd member of Hook and Lamp, TJ Maelstrom, a heckin' follow here on... I almost call it on SpeedGaming. Oh, I mean, follow them on SpeedGaming as they go through the league here, absolutely, but make sure you follow them on Twitch, too. And, well... where would we be without BDI and iCare tonight to make sure that...
Lost. We would be lost.
We're still lost, Titan. Let's be completely honest here.
I'm gonna say, Drakey and I are lost, and we played the seed.
I mean...
And I have a firmer grasp on the logic than a lot of people do.
I was trying.
Yeah,
You taught
and
me well.
please do go follow Cerulean. They have a very good stream.
I play Pokemon Crystal Rando and A Link to the Past Rando at mediocre levels. I am playing through Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Skies, so there's that.
But yeah,
Humble.
the last bottle.
What, the last bottle? Oh my gosh. It's full of red goo. Why not? Drakey's still looking for swords for us. We don't have anything on the schedule right now, do we?
There's a sword in the compass side pot.
Oh my god, that deserves a bomb. Thank you, Drakey.
You're welcome.
Play swords in there?
The compass key pod has a sword. You know, it's a casual 8-key locked sword. Why not?
No,
No?
this is 7-key locked.
Why is this 7, but compass room is 8?
Good
the
question.
key door is behind it. It's behind the pot.
ASDOGHJKL semicolon.
You need a PhD to understand Games Tower key logic.
What was that about key logic? Was that Ice Palace key logic impossible? Drakey's just not going to pick up that sword now, despite us all.
You want me to take it?
Oh, do you want an extra sword in your inventory?
I'll show you my feelings about this sword.
I think everybody would like to have that sword, but unfortunately, it was in a place in a way that makes us all feel uncomfortable, and as you know, that's no good. I think we've had enough for tonight. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for putting on the restream in the wee hours here. So when we got this scheduled, I wasn't sure if this was going to be put on or not. But thanks for stepping up, Ruby, to get the comms.
Well, thank you to the Titan
And
84
Titan.
for, honestly, I wouldn't be here if Titan wasn't here, because Titan's been asking to call a game with me for years now. So
Yeah,
it was the perfect opportunity to get us in the same room.
It's nice early morning commentary for Titan. Thank you for doing it. Thank you to BDI and Ike here for staying up late tracking. And I'm going to give a special shout out to Sigma for doing setup at 2:30 in the morning.
And also
Our-
rolling the seed.
Our league
Sigma,
commissioner, our
Please
SG
roll
overlord.
me more seeds, Sigma.
Sigma's going to have competition with Reed Whaley, isn't he?
Sigma can roll me seeds anytime because this was delightful.
God, I hate that. I knew you were going there with that.
I like garbage, okay? But good luck next
GG's,
week
guys.
with Boss Hunt.
And yeah, good luck next week.
So what do you guys got?
Let's see.
3 off the 2.
Oh, you got to deal with Jamo, Fear, and Beer. Good. You
Yeah.
guys will have fun with that. I believe I saw TJ and Beer playing one.
Yeah, and I'm playing Fear.
Oh, have fun with that. We've got a Scary Olive and Trinex, so...
So the next time you hear from any of us will potentially be at 10 a.m. Eastern Time over at the ALTTPR League, as you have Missing Two Bows facing off against Ocarina of Ozo. That's Official Alex and Crom versus Crawl Tofu and Mr. Navigator. We'll see another Open League game over on SpeedGaming 2. 2 Links, 1 Chef versus a Farewell to King's Tomb. That's Iron Gamer and Coin Chaser, Cademan and Lana Bean. You've got some voices for that one already, and that should see a game over on SpeedGaming 2. That's at 1 p.m. Then, as I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch happening over here on SpeedGaming tomorrow afternoon. 12 o'clock game between Dead Rocky Like a Burner King and the Boing Boing Boingers. Use Bow and Tile Roomies at 2. And then 2 games over at SpeedGaming 2. The Sticky Priests and Vagina Drifters. 3 off the tee and JKLOL. Make sure you follow SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 for some randomizer and speedrunning love. And also the ALTTPR League and their affiliate channels. If you're looking for somewhere that may have a game that's not on SpeedGaming or the Open League, lots of love across both levels of competition here. Very complicated league here. All kinds of talent top to bottom. Last thoughts, anyone?
So,
Thank you, buddy. And I'm going to get some sleep.
Sounds good.
Thank you, everybody. Please,
Me too.
people who need to go to sleep, go to sleep.
And if you're just waking
have a
up,
good day.
I hope you woke up with some fun rando action. And there's more to come. Stay tuned.